Hello everyone, welcome to this day. Is it summer out today? Sure feels like it. I'll tell you about the weather in just a moment. It is a hot one though. On our show today, John Frankel is here. He is on the Third Mutual Board and he's going to talk about some of the things going on with Third, including some of the committees that he is involved with. Also from the Village Library, our good friend Bob Bauman is here. You know Bob from the Trading Post and several other things as well. Well, he's been a longtime supporter of our Village Library and a volunteer over there, and he's going to update you about all the different things beyond books that are available at the library, and there is a lot. It's a great resource. Karen Solis is here today. She's the operations specialist and going to give us a transportation update. One of the things she's going to talk about is, of course, the Plan-A-Ride system and what you need to do to make your reservations become very popular, and it's been used a lot, so we'll go through the steps for that and a few other things as well, and we'll bring you a segment from Breastlane. Now, meeting today, there is only one. It's a special corporate members meeting at 1:30, and that is in the boardroom, and that is to, as we've said past few weeks, there was an opening on the GRF board. That's what this meeting is about, to fulfill that opening. 1:30 in the boardroom. Now let's tell you about the hot weather. And I was looking at the temperatures today and throughout really Southern California and looking at them a week ago, and we are literally 30 degrees warmer than we were a week ago. We have way above normal temps today, 89 degrees here in Laguna Woods and 83 tomorrow. Now, you know, normal, well, let's look ahead a little bit, and normal would be right about 73, as you see on Wednesday, give or take. And then maybe even Thursday, you can see we have some clouds coming in. We're going to go right back down again. But 89 today, there are many chances that this could be a record heat. But it's fortunately, you know, you can see the overnights are still pretty cool. So it's kind of nice that, yes, we're going to hit that 89 degrees today, but unlike, let's say, August, it's not going to sustain. We're going to hit that. It's going to be really warm for about a couple hours and go whoop, right back down again. And then we're into cooler weather for the rest of the week. Tomorrow about 83, but overall, that's what's kind of nice. We're all going to have some offshore conditions going on, but not too bad. Let's look around Orange County today and beyond, and look at these temperatures here, all in the low to mid 90s everywhere you go. Now the beaches, again, I always give the average of the beaches, and they're averaging anywhere from about 76 to about 80 degrees, just depending what beach you go to. So I have it at 78 today, and as I said, we've got above normal temps today and tomorrow. As we get into Wednesday, we'll be right back about normal, which should be, you know, 70 to 72 degrees or so. And you know, last week it was like June gloom, right? Foothills, 91 degrees. Inland OC, that's around Yorba Linda, 95. Big Bear, 69 degrees. Really nice up there, of course. And Palm Springs, very hot at 99 degrees. So again, what's kind of nice is, yes, we're way above normal, but because we're here in the first, second week of April, those temps won't sustain. They'll go right back down again, and we got a nice overnight comfortable temperatures for you. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am so pleased to welcome you to JTV. We're a 24/7 home shopping network focused exclusively on jewelry and gemstones. And because we believe every woman deserves to be lifted up, we love to help her sparkle, keep her informed, and make her smile. Our viewer is passionate about jewelry and gemstones, and we share her passion. Because of that, she keeps coming back, making us one of the top retailers in the United States. We sell extraordinary products at extraordinary prices. Welcome to JTV.
Mother's Day is coming, and Diane's Hallmark is just the place to get Mom a gift that shows how much you care. Our women's department has gifts for that special someone, including clothing, jewelry, Vera Bradley and Bagolini handbags, Crabtree and Evelyn, and many other great gifts for Mom. Don't forget that our religious department carries a great selection of Christian gifts and Bibles as well. Diane's Hallmark is a Gold Crown store. Come in and experience our personalized service. We're located on Alicia Parkway next to Hobby Lobby.
Well, with me right now is John Frankel, who sits on the Third Mutual Board. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
And we have to mention he's dressed in a t-shirt today because he's part of the Village Games, right?
Thank you. Yes, the Village Game starts, well, the opening ceremony was yesterday.
Yeah.
And the Village Game starts today, and we have tennis, softball, and lawn bowling all starting at 9 this morning.
All right. And what are you involved in?
Golf.
Oh, there you go.
I don't play for a couple of weeks yet.
Okay. That's great.
And we're encouraged to wear our t-shirt.
Now, let me ask you, just out of curiosity, when it comes to golf, how do they score that for the Village Games? Is it a tournament, or you just do your round?
I think it's gross.
That? Okay.
So the best gross score wins.
Okay.
There's no handicaps.
All right. Very
Wait a
good.
minute. There is a handicap system. There are 4 age groups.
Oh, there are.
And the top one is over 90. I'm in the third one, which is 75 to 84.
Uh-huh.
Because that's,
Yeah.
And so I don't compete with young studs that are 68 years old.
Well, good luck to you.
Well, thank you very much.
And have, most importantly, have fun, right?
Thank you very much. Yes, it should be fun.
All right, let's talk about some of the subjects that you have here. The first one is you are part of the GRF Mobility and Vehicles Committee.
I attended 4 meetings this past week. The GRF Mobility and Vehicles Committee was one of them. These 4 meetings, I believe, are of significant interest to our community and our residents here. So I'd like to talk a little bit about them. The first one was the GRF Mobility and Vehicles Committee. We talked about buses. Now, the bus system is working very, very, very well, but primarily they talked about they did talk about the buses, but they also talked about the plan-a-ride system, which is now working very well. And I would encourage our residents to stop by the front desk in the community center down below, and they offer this boarding schedule.
Okay.
And you can keep that one.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay.
And so that's the bus system boarding schedule.
Okay. That's
and
handy to have.
You know, we have 8 buses, 1 east-west, 2 east-west, 3 east-west, and 4 east-west, and that's the schedule for those.
Okay.
Now, the plan-a-ride system is averaging 650 riders per week, with 95 riders a day. It's working very, very well. Our buses we obtained our buses on the grant system. And as the buses age and the grants expire, we're turning them in and getting a brand new bus. We have one brand new 9-passenger bus. Works very, very, very well. And we've got a second 9-passenger bus on order. These buses can access all cul-de-sacs, which is a real plus.
Yeah.
The older buses couldn't do that. So please stop by, and I encourage the residents to please stop by and pick up a boarding schedule.
Okay.
There's 2 different phone numbers, by the way, for the plan-a-ride system I might mention. One for advance request and one for same-day request. I'd like to repeat the numbers. Sure. 268-2590 for the advance request. That's 268-2590. And for the same-day request, 597-4659. That's 597-4659 for the same day request, and that's here. So then the second meeting that I attended this week was the VMS bi-weekly board meeting, and Christine Spar spoke. She's the resident services director, and she's working very, very diligently to enhance and improve resident services. And she has expanded the hours in the contact center, increased the shifts of the numbers of people. They move broadband now into resident services, and her focus is changing the culture. They want total focus on responsiveness. And it's very, very, very impressive. I was impressed. They got 12 people now in the call center. And last year they did 204,000 calls. 97% of the calls were answered. And the average wait time was, excuse me, 1.25 minutes. And they talked a little over 2 minutes to each call. And now they have a streamlined check-in process. The third committee meeting I attended was the M&C committee, and the first thing they talked about was they're working very diligently. Security staff's working very diligently on the parking issues. Parking is a problem here.
Right.
And so they're focusing on monitoring the parking use with a primary focus on vendors, and because they want the vendors to park in accordance with the rules, and sometimes they're not doing that, and they're taking spaces that the residents use. We have a pilot program for walkway lighting in the gates 5 and 6 area, and the program is working very well, and the light standards are 3 feet tall, and they have good dispersion, and it looks like this is going to be a very positive program. They'll be presenting a detailed report at the third M&C Energy Committee, and that'll be coming up here shortly. The Garden Villa Breezeway project is off and running. We're doing 3 buildings, 3 garden villas. They're running, the program was budgeted at $50,000 each, and we are removing the artificial turf and replacing it with concrete, and there'll be well-defined walkways and enhanced plant placing, and all in all, it's going to be a really, really good project. We discussed the Gate 6 power outage that occurred a week and a half ago, and staff and Brad is looking to develop a protocol with SCE on how all that happens, all that they do when there's a power outage, and they're going to try to get the SCE to come and talk to us and meet in the boardroom and give residents an opportunity to discuss that subject. We have hired a dry rot consultant, and we've identified 20 buildings, and the dry rot consultant is going to, these 20 buildings are typical of what we have here in the village, and the consultant is going to do the repairs on those buildings and then project the cost over the entire Third Mutual.
Okay, now this is beyond, because I know over the last several years, a lot of the dry rot has been done on the 3-story buildings and all. Is this beyond that?
Yes. It's hard to project the extent of dry rot throughout the entire village, but it's very, very important that we program enough funds to handle that. So this program, by projecting the repairs to these 20 buildings over all the buildings, because these 20 buildings are typical, will now be able to have a well-defined program that will eventually get a handle on the entire dry rot program. Shepherd's Crook. We have a homeless problem at Avenue de la Carlota and Ridge Route.
Right.
And staff's working very, very hard on resolution of that. We're going to clean up the landscapes, and we've contracted for 2,700 linear feet of Shepherd's Crook, which is a steel-supported barbed wire system.
Right.
And that will be installed, and at the top of the walls, some of the walls are only 3 or 4 feet tall.
Right.
And so this will enhance that and bring it up to about 7 feet. The city
Okay.
has approved that. We did a Shepherd's Crook program in Gate 11 and worked very well. So we hope we will be able to get we will be able to get a handle on the on that issue. In fact, I see
Okay.
it's coming up on the screen there now.
Yes,
You're
it
talking
is.
about it. Terrific.
Yeah, and I understand that once this gets started, it's going to go fairly quickly.
The Shepherd's Crook program
Yeah.
will go well, and yeah, Brad has told us that they will get in and clean that landscape mess up, and that will.
And you can see
It'll
there on the
inhibit the-
screen where it will be placed. And it's very obvious by the video there. Somebody goes up that embankment, and it's just a tiny little hop over that wall right there.
So this 2,700 linear
Yeah.
feet of Shepherd's Crook will inhibit that.
Yeah,
It'll certainly mitigate that problem.
right.
Then finally, the last one I attended, which was just last Thursday, was the Landscape Committee.
Yes.
And we had 12 residents get up and speak to us. Excuse me, and staff responded to all 12 and did a very good job. And it's important, some of the speakers had not called in. 4 of the speakers had not called in with their problem. All they did is tell us that, hey, there's a problem here, but it has to be called into resident services.
Okay.
And a ticket has to be developed, because that's how we track the fixes, is on a ticket numbering system. The mowing system is now, we're now mowing it at 14 days, but as the grass starts growing and the growing system increases, we'll be down to about 9 days. We still have about 4 or 5 vacancies, but with authorized family leave system, excuse me, we have about 10 vacancies. So
Okay.
we're not totally up to speed on landscape.
Okay.
I've written a very detailed article in the Breeze, which I think is going to be published on Tuesday, about the fire risk system.
Right.
And we do have a fire risk.
Yes, definitely.
And the article in the Breeze will talk about the 2 locations where the fire risk is of most concern.
Okay.
One is along El Toro Road from Avenue de la Carlota to up the road to oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it. And the other is along the western border near Barbers Lake.
Right.
And so we're going to mitigate the and have taken some significant steps, and will continue to mitigate our fire risk. And finally, the last thing I'd like to talk about is the Arbor Pro system, which is a computer-driven system, which allows us to complete our inventory of all the growth here in Laguna Woods.
Yeah, it's an amazing system.
And
Yeah, it really is.
as a consequence of that, we have an ability to stay on top of tree growth. Some trees are worse than others. Oh, thank you very much. For example, the magnolia tree doesn't need to be trimmed as often as the carrotwood tree does.
Yeah.
And our tree trimming cycle is 34 months. So let's concentrate on those trees which are problem trees. And the Arbor Pro system will allow us to have a species-specific tree trimming plan.
Right.
And we will allow us to concentrate on that, and also on our streetlights, because some of the streetlights are inhibited by the trees, And with this program, the species-specific program, and streetlights intensity focus, we'll be able to stay on top of that. And that pretty well completes my week of meetings.
All right, that's a lot. Yeah. I appreciate you coming in today.
Thank
you. Good luck with golf coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And have fun doing that. And
Thank you very
everyone
much.
with the Village Games. I know they have a great time.
And here's the schedule. And I'll make a copy and leave it with Stephanie.
Okay, and people can find it online as well.
Oh,
so they can do
good.
that too. Good luck to everyone with the Village Games. Hey, thank you
Thank
very
you
much
very
as
much.
always.
Thank you very
Take
much.
care. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Eric with Leak Busters, your plumber friend in Laguna Woods for over 20 years. To date, we have worked on over 2,000 homes inside Laguna Woods. We have a couple questions for you. If your faucet or water heater springs a leak, who are you going to call? If your drain is clogged or experience a flood, who are you going to call? Please call us, Leak Busters. Who are you going to call?
Leak Busters.
Who you gonna call? Call Leak Busters Plumbing and Restoration, 800-714-9960. Who you gonna call?
Did you know you can get up to 11% on your money? That's right, 11%. And your investment will be secured by real estate. Would you like to receive a check each month? Would you like to earn up to 11% secure? Would you like consistent returns knowing each month what to expect in your mailbox? Well, American Mortgage Fund is now offering up to 11%, paid monthly. 11% secured by real estate with American Mortgage Fund. It's a great way to earn high monthly returns. Call 1-800-359-1111.
The recently completed El Toro Water District Recycled Water Expansion Project has now delivered over 1 billion gallons of recycled water. The district is preparing to construct a second phase of the project that will install over 28,000 feet of new recycled water pipelines in the Gate 9 and Gates 5 and 6 areas of Laguna Woods Village. The pipeline construction will begin in early November and should be complete by June of next year. The district sincerely appreciates your patience as we enhance the water supply resources in the Laguna Woods area.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
Different is powerful, yet calming. Different is a friendly smile. Different is accepting, not judging.
Different is the unexplained, left to the imagination.
A day without plans, to walk, to explore, a coastal drive with no destination. Different is anything but predictable. Different can be good. At South County Lexus, you'll find different is amazing.
Well, among the many things that Bob Bauman is involved here in the village, and he's involved with a lot of different things, he is a big, huge supporter and really a friend of our village library and a volunteer as well. And here he is today. Bob Bauman, always a pleasure, my friend.
Always good to see you
Yes.
too, Ken, and a pleasure.
And you love our village library.
Oh, without a doubt. I've been involved in it since I arrived here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous resource that I do think that so many people don't realize that we have.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I think especially people who've been here a short amount of time. They don't, you know, many of the things that they offer, they might have heard about it, but have never gone into to the library to explore. And that's why you're here, and it's National Library Week, right?
Yes, it is National Library Week, and that's a good place to start off our conversation.
Yes.
I did a little research because I really did not know what National Library Week was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a wonderful resource, the internet. You can find out all sorts of delicious things if you go to it. So I tuned up National Library Week to find out more. and realized that it was started back in 1958 by the American Library Association, and their purpose was to support the existing libraries in our country and increase readership.
Yeah.
And that's something book publishers are always in favor of.
Yes, they are.
So it kind of took off and has been going strongly these last 60 years.
And you know, I think it's a very important thing because in general, probably today, less kids go to libraries than what they used to. Doesn't mean they read less, they're just reading differently. And you know, the point is, as long as they're reading, and I think kids do read an awful lot, but they're getting their books from different sources, mainly online and things like that, and that's fine. But to have a resource like your public library is also just a wonderful thing. And you know, my daughter goes now and then and enjoys it and takes advantage of it.
Yeah, there is still a lot of things that are available only in paper, but you know, for young people, increasingly it's the internet that's a resource. If you're going to school and you have to do a term paper, where is the kid's first choice?
Yeah.
But here in Laguna Woods Village, we're a community of older people who have grown up with books and are accustomed to them. Now that is also changing as more and more people start to explore the possibilities of those handheld laptops and tablets and so forth, but still it's books for the older generation. And of course, we're at the Village Library, we're not just about books, we circulate movies and puzzles. But for those of you that have not gone down to the library, I invite you to come in. It's a free service. All you need is your Village ID card if you wish to borrow anything. And you can see from the video that we have magazines and puzzles and a place to sit. Now, I think you may have mentioned in the weather this morning that we're going to go into at least one day that's going to be 90 degrees.
Yeah, it is today, yes.
It is today. So let me invite you to come down to the Village Library right near the bus circle at Clubhouse 1. It's air conditioned. And if you have a concern about increasing cost of electricity in your home, the Village Library is air conditioned. You can sit comfortably and read and enjoy all the benefits the library has to offer.
And you know, Bob is a historian.
I am?
You are. I mean, you love, that is, you love history. You really do. And you sent along to me some history of some libraries that over time were destroyed for various reasons. And I think we obviously know during World War II.
Yes.
But even going back to the time of Alexandria, there was, and I've heard about this, the Great Library of Alexandria, that was, much of it was destroyed over the years. But it's too bad we don't have some of that stuff from back then. It's just amazing.
A lot of the Greek playwrights of the time, their material is gone. It just did not survive the destruction of various libraries over the years. You know, it's war that causes these things. It was war that created the destruction of the Great Library at Alexandria, but there have been other libraries after that. I believe there was one in Rome that also was degraded over the years for various reasons, the falling apart of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, we cannot do anything except support our libraries here. And here's how you can support your village library, which is provided to you free. Attend the library, join a book club. We have book clubs that you can participate in. And by borrowing materials, you help keep the collection current.
Yeah.
We do have a limited amount of space, and unfortunately, one of the toughest jobs in our library is the weeding process.
Yes, it is.
I think it's the toughest thing to look at something that you particularly think is great and have to remove it from the shelf. But luckily we have a pretty strong-willed individual. She's a delightful person, and I don't want to mention her by name because I don't want her to get any blame, but she's a good person and she has to do the weeding.
She does. And I know I've been told also that you're certainly aware of this, that they are purging VHS tapes, as nobody really gets them anymore. All right, I think there's a very few. And are there still some available? They're giving away them free.
They are available for anyone to pick up if they would like to.
Yeah.
There are fewer and fewer over time, but eventually they'll all be gone. We have similarly gotten rid of 78 RPM records and 8-track tapes.
So if you're interested in those, you can go over there and get them. Of course, we're running out of time right now, but keep in mind it's not just the books, it's the wonderful DVDs that are over there, magazines, and some local publications that you can take advantage of, right?
And it's easy to get to by car or by village bus because it's right at the locus of the bus circle.
Yes.
And by coming into the library, you're really helping to support it, borrowing materials even better. And do that this summer. You got to go to the pool, take a book with you.
Yes.
Why not?
All right, very good. Always good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you,
and
Ken.
we'll see you again soon. I know that for sure. Right?
11 o'clock with Tony Barr on you know what?
The Trading Post. Good to see you, my friend. We'll be right back.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Every 9 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Join the American Parkinson's Disease Association for the Southern California Optimism Walk on Saturday, April 28th, and help raise funds and awareness that will make a difference. Join us at the beautiful South Coast Botanic Garden for a fantastic day filled with inspiration and hope. Register online or call us for more details.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Over the past 20 years, BreastLink has successfully treated thousands of women across Southern California. Our doctors like Dr. Lisa Curcio have helped women overcome numerous health challenges. With her experience, compassion, and the high quality of care she gives to every patient, Dr. Curcio is also a breast cancer survivor. She offers patients the newest and most effective surgical treatment options. Doctors like Dr. Curcio are the reason BreastLink delivers the care you deserve with the quality you expect. Whether you need us now or later, we're always here.
Well, with me right now is Karen Solis. She's our operations specialist, and she always gives us an update about the transportation services and other things as well. Good to see you, Karen.
Good to be here.
And of course, today we're going to be giving an update about Plan a Ride, which I understand has really become quite popular.
Yes, we're definitely loving on Plan a Ride.
Yeah.
So it is a service that goes every single day of the week, which is why it's so popular.
Yeah. I remember when it started out, it was just, I think, on the weekends, right, and holidays, and now it's really grown. So On Monday through Saturday, it's between 8 a.m. and 10:30 p.m., which is wonderful. And then Sundays, 8 in the morning until 6 at night. So it's really grown quite a bit, the amount of hours every week that it's in use.
Yes, it's easier because they don't have to sit through an entire route when they're just going to Aldi's Market.
Right.
They can just go from straight home to Aldi's Market and back home.
Yeah, and so tell me all the different places. We're gonna go over what people have to do, but it's really to get people around locally, whether it's their church, their doctor, Aldi, or something like that, right?
Yes, so anything that's in the normal route that we already take, Plan a Ride goes to, and so it's all in the local vicinity of Laguna Woods, and we try to accommodate as far as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to expand it a little further, and we'll see how far we get.
Okay, so let's talk about the bus system in general. Oh, no, let's finish off first the reservation system for Plan a Ride before I jump ahead here, as far as making your reservations for it.
So we're still getting a little confusion on that, but reservations should be made by calling the reservation line.
Okay.
And that is a voicemail system, so don't expect to hear from somebody right away.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's a voicemail system that they call and they leave their name, their phone number, their manor number, if they have any assistive walking device, or if the purpose of the ride, because if it's a doctor's appointment, they get priority.
Okay.
And the time that you want to leave and the time that you want to come back.
Okay, very good.
It could be an approximation, it doesn't have to be exact either.
Okay, and you want to do this by noon the day before and up to a week before,
yes.
right? Okay.
So if you got those reoccurring events that like you go, say you go to the doctor's every week, then you should schedule it at the beginning of the week every week, just so it gives them enough time to give you priority.
Yeah, okay. And there are some same-day reservations, but it's limited.
Yes. So it goes on availability. So if you're lucky, you'll get it, but don't hold your breath too hard on it.
Right. Okay, so let's go over some of the reminders about riding the bus in general.
Okay, so just riding the bus in general, we want to remind you, all the residents, to have a caregiver ID card have a resident ID card and a caregiver ID card if they are a caregiver.
Okay.
And to stay seated while the bus is in motion. That's a really big one. It's for safety reasons. We want them to be safe.
Right.
Notify the driver of any transfers or any questions when entering the bus, not when he or she is driving. It's another big one. We want to prevent any accidents or any distraction for the driver.
Okay. Keep aisles clear, obviously.
Yes. The shopping carts, that's a big one. Shopping carts cannot be any larger than 22 inches wide.
Okay.
Because it would take up too much space and they essentially take up seats. So we want to keep them at 22 inches at the maximum wide.
Okay. And the riders are to be at their stop 5 minutes prior to scheduled pickup. And you know, the part of the reason is if you're late, well, one, you're going to miss the bus, but two, if the bus driver is waiting for you, even if you're kind of coming down the block, that means the next stop they're going to be late for.
They're going to be late for, and you also have to take into account that the driver has to tie everything down. So say you've got an assistive device, it takes a little time, and so it just helps throughout the day so the driver's always on time if you're 5 minutes early.
All right, very good. Now let's get to the Plan a Ride reservations, because in the next slide, I believe we have the number. And this is the one to call, right?
Yes.
Okay.
949-268-2590.
Yes.
It's a voicemail. Know that it's a voicemail.
Okay.
But the schedulers will call you when they have received it to let you know that they have received it.
Okay.
And they will also call you back when they have scheduled it to give you a confirmation.
Okay. And listed on the screen are the information that you need to leave.
Yes. It's important. Be detailed.
Yeah.
More detail is better than less detail, always.
All right, so the normal stuff, your name, manor number and such, and purpose of the ride, and if you have an assistive walking device and that sort of thing.
Yes.
That way they're prepared.
Yes, so they send the right bus to you, make sure that it's accessible, it's easy for you to get in and out of.
Okay, and this can be called 24 hours a day.
So, not 24, just
oh, really?
18. Yes, so you can call it in while we're in the office,
okay,
but not at like 2 in the morning.
Okay, I thought because this was a voicemail.
The voicemail, yes.
Voicemail.
I'm sorry, yes, the voicemail you can call 24 hours a day.
Right, but do that if you're looking to go the next day, call it in by noon.
Yes.
The day
Call it
before.
in by noon the
Yeah,
day
but
before.
you can call it at 2 in the morning 2 days before.
Yes, you
and
can.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because it is a voicemail.
It is a
prompts
voicemail,
you what
yes.
to do. All right, now you put some hand sanitizers on the bus?
Yes, it's a big one. This cold and flu season was horrible on us, and
Yes.
so we added sanitizers to all of our buses. Be sure to use them. Helps our staff prevent illness, and it helps residents prevent illness.
Okay.
So
They're there for you. And wow, some more destination shopping coming up, which is always fun.
yes, and nothing is booked up, so everything is
Ah,
open.
So
Yes,
jump on
available.
this now.
Mhm.
And you're looking at, on there we have the schedule, Aliso Viejo Town Center, Mission Viejo Mall, Irvine Spectrum, that's always a popular one.
Irvine Spectrum is huge, and we added a couple more stops in between there. So.
Okay, and then the Orange Tree Shopping Center, which is, that's the place that has all the Asian markets, am I
Yes,
right?
99
Yeah?
Ranch, the popular one.
Yeah, and then Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach.
Yeah,
yes.
that's going to be a popular
Especially
one.
because it's warming up.
Yes, so call and plenty of time for that. Now, that phone number somebody will physically pick up.
That is actually my phone number.
It is?
I will pick up, and if I
Okay.
don't pick up, I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, so that is 949-597-4242, and that is for the destination shopping, the Easy Rider bus. So keep that in mind, because these fill up, and there's 2 or 3 on there that I know fill up very quickly.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Now, the newsletter. Tell us about this.
This is just something that I always get questions on. Where can I know when the next trip is? And it's on the Easy Rider newsletter. The Easy Rider newsletter can be found on any of our buses or in any of the clubhouses, including the community center.
Okay.
And if you don't find it and you still can't, just give me a call and I will be more than happy to give you the next dates, and we can book it right then and there.
Okay, very good. So a lot of services are there for you. Of course, again, with the plan a ride, you need to do that so you have it guaranteed by noon the previous day. And it is a voicemail system, so you'll get a call back, but when you're giving that information, you're not speaking to a live person.
No, but
Just
you
so
will
you
get a
know
call
that.
back saying that they have received your message, and then you'll get another call back confirming your ride.
Okay, and again, the Tuesday destination shopping, a lot of stuff coming up. You'll call Karen directly at 597-4242, and there's a really great places that you're going, and they'll fill up fast, especially Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great time. Thank you, Karen,
Thank
very
you.
much for coming on. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Hello, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford, and I am the pastor of Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to join your friends and neighbors right here in Clubhouse 5 every Sunday as we worship, as we enjoy a free breakfast, and as we learn from our pastor, Rick Warren, the author of the best-selling book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Please be assured that you will be warmly welcomed at either our 9 or 11 a.m. service. I look forward to meeting you personally.
So when we're performing risk assessment on patients in the office, we're trying to determine what their risk is and do they have a form of hereditary breast cancer. So there are patients who do and do not need genetic testing. There are formal guidelines that we follow as far as who qualifies for genetic testing, which are put out by the National Comprehensive Cancer Network. So on every patient who we are doing risk assessment, we identify the patients who are at higher risk for a hereditary component to their risk. So patients who should undergo genetic testing are those who have been identified as meeting criteria according to the National Comprehensive Cancer Network guidelines. The question that comes up in my office is to what we test for as far as which genes do we test for. Traditionally, we've tested for BRCA1 and 2 genes. These have been the 2 most common genes associated with breast cancer and breast cancer risk. More recently, however, we've been doing what is called panel testing, which actually looks at a total of 25 genes. And it's very exciting because we have identified up to 8 genes associated with increased risk of breast cancer, and in addition to those 8 genes, other genes, a total of 25, that have a higher risk of breast cancer and 8 other cancers as well. So it allows us to not only identify increased breast cancer risk, but also to identify other potential problems in the family associated with 8 different types of cancer.
So a woman has an abnormal finding seen on her diagnostic mammogram or ultrasound, and if the finding is suspicious, we will then proceed to doing a biopsy. But there are various types of biopsies that we can recommend to a woman. If we see calcium deposits that have a suspicious morphology and distribution, we recommend a stereotactic guided core biopsy. For that procedure, the woman lies prone or on her stomach, and her breast goes through an opening on the table. We will then compress her breast and take a picture that looks just like her mammogram, because we have to find those little white dots to match up. Once we find those little white dots, we'll then target those calcifications. We'll take a radiograph of the specimen to make sure we see those little white dots, and we send that off to the pathologist. If it's under ultrasound and we see a solid mass that requires a biopsy, we do an ultrasound-guided core biopsy. In that situation, the woman is lying supine or on her back, and we target the lesion by looking at the ultrasound images, placing a needle within her breast. Now, patients who have positive findings from either a stereotactic biopsy or an ultrasound-guided core biopsy, we will send them on for a breast MRI. And if on the breast MRI we see additional areas that require biopsy, we will recommend an MRI-guided core biopsy. And in that situation, she's lying prone on her stomach, her breast goes into a breast coil, and we compress the breast and we target the abnormal finding. In all situations, once we're finished biopsying, we always leave a tissue marker, because we have to localize the site to verify that that's exactly where the abnormal tissue was seen. And this tissue marker is made of titanium, the same material we put in our hips and knees and shoulders when we're doing replacement, so patients shouldn't get too worried. And the size is 3 millimeters, so it's like the size of a tiny mosquito. She cannot feel it or see it, but we see it on imaging so that we can target the abnormal area if the woman needs to transition to a surgeon for a lumpectomy.
Breastlick is a comprehensive multidisciplinary practice that includes breast radiology, breast surgery, and breast medical oncology all under one roof. So we're all physically present there. We're all mentally present. We work as a team together. In fact, every week we have a multidisciplinary tumor board-like conference where we discuss difficult and/or interesting cases, and also our newly diagnosed breast cancers from the week before, in order to get all the doctors and staffs and research staff input so that we can come up with the best treatment plan for the patient.
Christine and Jack for the Jewelry Box.
Hey Christine, after 17 years, who's still the top buyer of jewelry in Orange County?
We are, Jack.
And who buys more sterling silver flatware and hollowware?
We do.
Who buys more diamonds?
Why, we do.
And who buys more fine watches?
We do, Jack.
And who buys more silver and gold coins?
We do.
Good job, Christine.
I've had 17 years to practice.
The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest since 2001, and it's still about trust.
Well, welcome back. Our movie coming up today, Monday, is called Downsizing. This is a very different movie, and it tells the story of how this one family, as families did before them, decide to shrink themselves down to size. There's this new technology that was developed that shrinks a person down to just a few inches, as you can see there. And it's a movie that really is a social satire, and a man realizes that he would have a better life with his family to shrink himself down, and they actually have whole cities and towns and things like that where these people live. However, there's a lot more to this than as the story goes on. It's really a commentary about social situations, about the environment, about overpopulation, all kinds of different things. And there's a picture of the town. Coincidentally, I think it's called Leisure Village or something like that. But different kind of movie. There's Matt Damon, who stars in it. Christopher Waltz is in this, and Hong Chow, and she is in it as well. And as I said, it's really more of a commentary on all kinds of different environmental causes and things like that. But a pretty good movie. Something is certainly very, very different. So this will be brought to you today by South County Lexus at 2 o'clock with the subtitles, and there they pick them up with spatulas. There you go. And then at 6 o'clock. So there is our movie for Monday. Now, movie coming up on Friday, one of my favorite movies that I saw last year. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And this is the second movie in the current trilogy that is out right now. And it's a really sort of a pivotal transition movie, as usually most of the, if you've watched Star Wars from the beginning, usually the second movie is a real transitional kind of a movie, and that's the same here. And of course, it stars all the usual cast. There's Daisy Ridley, and of course, Mark Hamill is in this as Luke Skywalker. Carrie Fisher is in this. There was a lot of film that was shot with her before she eventually, unfortunately passed away. So she is in this actually a great deal. And Yoda is in this as well. Remember Yoda? Really, I enjoyed this movie an awful lot. It's a fairly long movie. It's 152 minutes, but if you are a Star Wars fan, you will really enjoy this movie. And there's Mark Hamill in this as well. And it kind of transitions along to the one that'll come out, I think, in 2019. Believe that when the next one comes out. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is brought to you by Sterling Financial Advisors. And as I said, it's a long movie. It's an hour and 52 minutes. There's Carrie Fisher right there. All right, let's talk about some of the other movies coming up in April. And when it comes to our Monday movies, the next one is called The Florida Project. Very different. Oh, here, I'll show you that the Friday movies are up. Faces Places, that'll be April 20th. And that is a documentary that follows a photographer and a muralist through rural France and how he forms these unlikely friendships through photography. Very different kind of movie. Again, it's a documentary. Molly's Game is the true story of Molly Bloom, an Olympic-class skier who ran the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game and became an FBI target. And I kind of remember when all that happened, and this one stars Jessica Chastain and Kevin Costner. Quite interesting, if you remember the movie Ocean's 11, that was sort of a take on this in the beginning there in these high-stakes poker games. So interesting movie, and that'll be April 27th. Moving on to our Monday movies coming up, the rest of the April, we have The Florida Project. Now, this is done in a documentary style. It's not a documentary, though. It has William Dafoe as one of the stars in it. And it's set over one summer, and it follows a little 6-year-old girl as she courts mischief and adventure with her ragtag playmates as they live in this motel right outside of Walt Disney World in Florida. This motel actually does exist, and this is sort of based on people who live there, but a very different kind of movie. And it's kind of a low-budget movie, but William Dafoe was up for Best Actor on this. And then at the end, they do show them visiting Walt Disney World. And the interesting thing, that was all done very clandestine. They didn't have a big film crew. They didn't tell Disney about it. They just went in there. This isn't any kind of a social thing about Disney or anything like that. That just happens to be where the setting is. But a very good movie. This had a lot of good reviews on it. Breathe is the true story of an adventurous couple who refused to give up in the face of a devastating disease. And then Phantom Thread, another movie that was up for several Academy Awards about Reynolds Woodcock, who is a very popular clothing designer in the 1950s. And this starred Daniel Day-Lewis. And as I said, that was up for several Academy Awards. So really great movies coming your way, very different movies, just all kinds of different genre. No matter what it's going to be, you have your choice. All different kinds of stuff coming your way. All right, couple quick announcements here before I get to the weather, and that has to do with that Pool 2 is closing on today on Monday. But Pool 4 is back open. This is for maintenance that goes on, general maintenance, and Pool 4 is back open, looking all lovely, and it's again, this is ongoing maintenance that happens. That's Pool 2 right there, but that one closes today, so just so you know. But Pool 4 is back open for all you folks who like swimmers, who like to go out there and do your exercises. If you go online, by the way, all this information is there if you go onto the website, so you can get an update about that. All right, also, one more thing I want to mention, that the Alzheimer's Club is going to be having our good friend Dr. Trin as their guest speaker coming up. And if you'd like to attend that, it's going to be today at 10 o'clock. So if you're watching us in the morning, I wanted to get that out because I know a lot of you like to go over there. It's at the Performing Arts Center at 10 o'clock this morning. The Alzheimer's Club and Dr. Trin will be there. Now, the weather, and as we've been mentioning, we are way above normal today. Summer-like weather. 89, when I looked at the different reports, it's anywhere from about 88 to about 90, 91 today. So again, I kind of put it in the middle. Some warm, very hot weather today. Warm weather tomorrow, but then we get right back down to normal weather, which we should be, 70, 72 degrees and coming up. So we hit next weekend, we'll warm up again, but nothing like this. We'll be in the upper 70s as we get into the next weekend. So hot weather, summer-like conditions throughout Orange County today. The beach is averaging 78 degrees. Everywhere else, 90 to the mid-90s. Palm Springs, 99, 89 down in San Diego, and even up in Big Bear, 69 degrees. So hot weather today, but as I said earlier, because of this time of the year, we'll cool down nicely at night. All right, tomorrow, I've got a busy show. Dr. Stuart Spencer of Advanced Air Care. We have Duncan McIntosh of the Newport Beach Boat Show. That'll be a lot of fun. I've gone to those boat shows before. They're great fun. And Katie and Rhina from the Towers, and then Pat Wilkinson and Jane Lusting from our great History Center here, bringing you all that tomorrow. Take care and have a wonderful, warm day.